No, hi, it's the 9th of April 2018 at 3:15 p.m. Well, today is a momentous day. It's a beautiful day, actually. I've finally got to a place I've wanted to get to in my life forever. Well, not quite forever, but since about the age of, I don't know, 4, 3, something like that. Pretty much forever. Yeah, I got a comment this morning, and I looked at it, and it was typical sort of rude comment. I'm not that most of my comments are good, but yeah, I do get the rude ones, and I looked at it, and I walked in, made my cup of coffee. I thought, this one hasn't had. I didn't even get my hackles up or anything, not even for a few seconds. I thought, wow, this is unusual. So I had a long conversation with a commenter, several to and fro's, to which, look, I couldn't tell whether it was male or female. It was a male name, but it didn't sound like a man to me. It sounded more like a woman. He assured me it was a guy. But I thought, this is great. Finally, the narcissism doesn't work. It's lost its power. And I thought, I even asked them, I thought, I wonder why. I wonder why this has happened. I mean, it's truly freeing when you get out. But I thought, how we normally get caught up in it, and just sort of, and yeah, he tried for several comments to catch me up in whatever it is they catch you up in. But I just, something has changed. And it's like I wasn't allowing myself to get caught up in his thinking. He says he's a he, so let's give him his word for it. But it sounded like a woman arguing, okay. But, it was, somehow it was like, I was sort of like I'd escaped from the Matrix almost, if that's possible. Yeah, but his thinking wasn't bothering me in the slightest. And I was even saying a rude comment, and he was saying, just because I call you an idiot and, you're a moron and all that sort of thing, you think that's rude. I said, well, when it gets down to it, it's probably not rude. It's narcissistic. It's actually you proclaiming that you're above others, that you're better than them, because he was saying, mgtow are idiots. And I said, no, well, it's putting yourself above the other guys. You're better than them. You're better than all the rest. That's narcissism. And then you'll argue the point. You must be right and sort of thing. And then of course the old, but who's the narc here? Is it you? Well, no, I'm not actually claiming to be better than anybody else. I'm just here. I just, basically just come on and tell you what I've been thinking about during the day. That's really all I'm doing. Sharing a bit of business experience and what's happening with me in Asia and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's all about that. I'm not telling anybody how to live their lives, nor am I authoritative about anything. And heaven forbid, I'm no expert on mgtow. Most guys say I'm not mgtow, and they're probably right. I don't know. I just don't know where else to go. If you can suggest anywhere that'd be more suitable for me, I'll probably take you up on your idea. But yeah, so I don't know what happened. All I was aware is today, the narcissism just seemed to lose its power. Just seemed to have no. It was like he was throwing barbs at me, but it was just going nowhere. And they were just sort of meaningless words. It was strange because I was reading them. It was just sort of like, it's just meaningless. It's and I thought, this is probably, feminism is the same sort of thing. And I'm just finding it, maybe it's just from doing these, I get all these comments. But I watch other other presenters, and they seem to just keep being upset by what people think about them or say about them. Or they'll, fight back in some way. I don't even bother doing that anymore. The retort, the clever retort and everything else, I've just got no interest. See, part of what's happening with me is that I help Flora out she's got an English room. speaking English fluency room type of thing, and she gets a lot of Asian guys coming in, and they like talking to me because I'm a native speaker, and they'll say, "Oh, curious," and they'll actually invite me on. I've got them on. They're coming onto Skype, so I have to talk with them there, and this sort of thing. They just like talking with me because it's practice for them. Like if in the middle of Vietnam somewhere in some province, they don't get to meet any native English speakers. So, yeah, I talk to them and I try and talk slowly for them in a certain way, yeah. But they're very respectful. They're very polite, there's no rudeness at all. So I come out of that environment where they're very polite, it's just, probably hasn't been in the West ever, if anything. But no, they're very polite. And just entirely different to Western people. So I come out of that, and I come in, even as good as my channel is, and there's not a lot of rude comments on there. It's still like, and guys think, oh, yeah, that's not rude. Well, I'm saying everybody says that. Where I come from, because I'm really in Asia. Okay, I'm living in the West, but mentally I'm in Asia, and I eat like them, I think like them. I even smile like them. You get a bit grinny after a while. Yeah, because it's sort of it's just what they do. Yeah, so I've had guys here say, "Can't you be a bit tougher? Man up a bit. Be like us." Yeah, well, nobody would talk to me if I did that. I'd have to come back here and talk. And I don't really want to talk to rude people. Sorry, it's just how it is. But for the first time. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. I mean, it's been bothering me less and less. When I was with my wife, it bothered me for half a day. You just get one of those comments that just destroy my whole day, and it'll be infuriating. But I got it down to maybe 20 or 30 seconds recently with comments, and today was the first day I had no effect. I've been waiting for this day. Oh, it's just to see what had happened the day that narcissism lost its power. Now, I don't know whether it's just me. I don't know whether it's just a wide, general feeling across the world that the world is basically no longer affected by it. People aren't believing it anymore. It's just, and so I don't know whether it's something in the general power of narcissism or whether it's something. Somehow I've adapted to it or I've acclimatised to it or something. But 60 years is a long time, So, it's a good feeling for non-narcs if you can, when you get there, where it just genuinely no longer bothers you anymore. Any number of guys are, it doesn't bother me, I'm tough, it just bounces off me, I can handle that. Well, I don't know, I'm not that tough. But now it does just bounce off me. And I wouldn't think I'm tough for it. It's just something's happened. I don't know. This is what I said to this guy. I could probably do 6 videos on it. What's happened, and how it's come about. I don't know. I could go through and break down everything that I've done in the last couple of months, I suppose. But I'd say if anything, one thing is the big change. It's this channel, and getting up here and doing that. So. The big corollary benefit is, rudeness and narcissism no longer bothers me. And I think this is probably what my friend Bry, the one that impregnated the sisters, that's probably where he's gotten to. He's just, I don't care anymore. There's only so much, they can do to you before you just think, I just don't care anymore. And if I don't talk to little old biddies or whatever, I don't care. I'm trampling like Bri. Probably I wouldn't. I've got no interest in sisters or anything else like that. But we end up trampling on social mores. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. It's just to the point where we don't care. And I think, if anything, this is what will disturb people, and they'll try to shame us into. Acting sort of. I think as women want to sort of go back to normal relationships, and can't you just be nice to me? I was like, no, sorry, I've just got no interest, and I won't be nasty to them or anything else. I'll just ignore them. Because at the end of the day, it's been treachery. All right, it's treachery. That's what's happened to us. They've betrayed us. They've surprised us, snuck us in the back, and stabbed us in the back. Okay, and we didn't ask for any of it. And I think the general idea is that we have to sort of accept their, forgive them and that sort of thing. Oh, it's not going to happen with me. I'm sorry. But and the best thing is of this, getting rid of this, being able to step outside the thinking. I think I'll be able now. I'm confident I'll be able to avoid it and just go, no, I'm not interested, because I'm outside their thinking. What if that makes any sense to you? Yeah, what they say and do is just, it has no bearing on. It has no effect. The same as with Bry. But people would say, oh, shame on you, but he doesn't give a shit. He couldn't care less. And that's what's happened. And I think it will probably spread with a lot of guys. They'll just say, I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. You can call me whatever you want, or tell me, you can be as rude as whatever. Yes, I'll tell you that you're rude. I don't care about that either. I know what's rude and I know what's not rude. And calling people, idiots and putting them down, it's rudeness. There's no other way of putting it. Try doing it in Asia. I'll slap you down. It's just they won't accept it. But for now, the good thing is I'm in cyber world, so I can I can be myself. I don't have to, like, if I go into the Australian community or if I go into the Asian community, then I'm afraid I'm going to end up with all their thinking all over me again. I'm just going to end up straight back in it again. So I'm going to enjoy it for a while in cyber world, hopefully, where I'm free to be myself and where I can practice not being clobbered or hurt by the nastiness and the cruelty. And it's nastiness and cruelty. And it just doesn't bother me. I ended up telling this guy, I really don't care what you think of me. If you think you're better than me or that you're better than mgtow, I don't care. You go ahead and think it. It has no bearing on me whatsoever. The only thing that's important to me is I don't think I'm any better than anybody else or any worse than anybody else. And what a thing to get to after 60 years, to learn that. Something that was probably taught to me very early in life. Yeah. But I got to the point of thinking, no, I'm no better than anybody else, and I'm no worse than anybody else. So, say and do what you please. Leave your comments if you want to. It no longer has any bearing on me. I mean, it's up to you. That's you are doing it. If you don't think you're being rude and whatever, fine. I don't care. But the thing is that I just won't be influenced by you anymore. Which is a lovely, freeing feeling. And it's the same with women. I just won't be influenced anymore. I don't care. They can say what they want, argue what they want. I've left. I've gone. Elvis has left the building. Bry has definitely left the building. Anyway, it's good talking to you, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.